up and going out the door. Hope everybody's ready to rock and roll as we are. Okay, it's another beautiful day throughout the St. Louis area. You know, it's warm. It's not fall, but the weather to me, producer, right, it's different. 80s in October into September are different than 80s in June and July. I don't feel the humidity, and I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah, I love the 80s and like want to be fall.
Hey, I'd like some fall, but I'm telling you, it's not as bad as it may seem. Now, by the weekend, 85, 86, 87, I'm like, okay, that can get up there a little bit. Doesn't feel like the fall stuff that we want to get. However, not too shabby. What's going on, St. Louis? Jump on the show. X, YouTube, Facebook. Let us know what's going on. Promote anything. This is all St. Louis all the time. Glad you're with us. Anyway, you guys have a story to promote? Let us know. A charity, an event, anybody, high school, any of that stuff. We will do what we can do to promote it. Let's talk about it. You can do it on X, YouTube, and Facebook. You can also give us a call. The number to give us a call is 855-282-8255. Once again, that is 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us, and it is a Wednesday. That means the MIZ-STL show follows that from 10 to 11, and then it's Charlie Tuna doing his thing in the afternoon. Couple sports things to get to this morning right out of the gate. You know, we cover all St. Louis all the time, all topics, all anything. Feel free to jump in with whatever you want to do, whatever you want to talk about. But I've never seen, good morning to you, Ben. Appreciate you jumping in on the show as well. A city gets so excited for preseason hockey. It's like, it sounded like a sold out crowd at Enterprise for the Blues playing hockey. That's for sure. Very, very interesting watching the Blues do their thing. They lost to the Stars last night, but no biggie. It's preseason. But I loved seeing some of the guys play. The Blues weren't trying to win. They're playing young guys, and they're trying to make some things happen. And the Stars seemed like they were playing a lot of their great players and really trying to win. So it's a preseason game. But St. Louis is excited for hockey. There is no doubt about it. And on top of that, the Cardinals had a presser yesterday as well. Chaim Bloom taking over. Like I said yesterday before this whole thing started, it's not like he was going to come in and win some press conference, and it doesn't matter because we already know that it doesn't matter until this team gets on the field. Now, can they do some things in the offseason? Certainly they can. And we can talk some of the things. All in all, first impressions are fine. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. So we can talk Blues. We can talk about the Cardinals entering their new situation with a new leader as their director of baseball operations. I guess you just never know what can happen. People who are in the Kirkwood area know about train tracks and the train station. There was a car literally that was hit. A train struck a car on the tracks near the Kirkwood train station. Yes, people get confused at some point somehow that the train tracks are a road and not just train tracks. That's going to be an issue. That was a problem. We can break that down for you as well. In a case of a man losing his mind, a guy on Sunday was literally throwing chunks of asphalt off of the I-44 Arsenal pass on 44 onto cars. I'm like, what? Yeah. People will do some of those things. We can talk about that. Saw that going on. Lambert, in the midst of a lot of flights being canceled, gets one to London. How about a nonstop flight to London? We can also talk about the music scene, the music setup that's going on in the area. Got some concerts over at the factory as well. And love it when you guys jump in, clearly, and let us know everything that's happening that we may not know about, because it's impossible to get to everything from that standpoint. As you know, we love your calls as well. And we all make the show the best that it can be together. Making the show the best that it can be together. Not a ton that I can see going on today. So obviously we love it when you guys jump in. If there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, we'll do it. We'll do all of that. You know, we're grateful. And there are things that we can't get to, as you know. So let us know. Also, if there's something that you really look forward to in the month of October in the St. Louis area, bring it up. We'll get into that as well. Are there places that you're trying to go to that you want that are pretty good as well? So a lot of sports coming out of the gate as well this morning. We're trying to pick these things up, finding out what's going on. When it comes to some of the news headlines, we talked about the Blues last night. So St. Louis they only have a couple more preseason games left. And they really have for the most part, what appears to be a set roster. They've lost all 3 preseason games, but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, they lose, 5-3 last night. So be it. But the thing that's all good to see was Dylan Holloway, who the Blues lost at the end of last season. And they were riding a tremendous momentum wave until he got hurt and went out. When he went out, the Blues team changed for whatever reason. Well, last night he scored twice. And, the Blues are winless, I guess, in 4 preseason games, not 3. But Broberg had a goal. Kyrou looked pretty good. Holloway. Love to see some of these younger guys, or in the beginning parts of careers, doing very well. So the Blues are 0-3-1. They're going to host Ottawa on Thursday night. That'll be their final home preseason game already. And I love the fact that you already see people going to the preseason games. Well, I guess we should have known that if they were going out to watch them practice. But they've got some really good players. And are you excited about it? Thursday night, final home preseason game. Then after that, they get ready to start action. They'll have one more away game, and then they'll kickstart their season. I believe the first game's October 8th. I believe that's when it is. October 9th, excuse me. The Blues open their season against the Wild on Thursday, October 9th at 7 p.m. over at the Enterprise Center. So that's next week. I mean, literally, that's next Thursday night. The Blues season opener already is here. And, those will be tickets that people are going to want to go see. Love to see what this Blues team is going to be about. And their new jerseys and their new logo and the new gear. And by the way, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Some of that stuff is in stock right now. You can get new Blue sweaters. All kinds of merchandise. But opening night is against Minnesota. They've got the 2026 Winter Olympic break, by the way, this year. Don't forget about that. That's in February. So February 5th through the 25th, they've got the Olympics for hockey this year. That's going to be almost, not a month, but about 20 days of the season that's going to be gone. They've got 16 home games on Friday and Saturday nights, 6 on Friday, 10 on Saturday. The season starts with 7 of 11 October games, 5 Saturday home games, the 16. then they have a rematch of their 2025 playoff series against Winnipeg. That's in December. Blackhawks are in town October 15th and December 12th. They host Matthew Tkachuk and the defending Stanley Cup champion Flyers on January 29th. And their final regular season home game will be April 14th against Pittsburgh. Their season finale will be 2 days later against Utah. So a lot of Blues talk there. But coming up immediately, I mean, they've got that game October 9th, so it's next Thursday. Then they go on the road for a couple games. Then they come back the following week for 3 straight home games, October 15th, 18th, and 21st. It's the Blackhawks, Stars, and Kings. Actually, they'll come back with the Blackhawks, Stars, Kings, and Utah. 4 straight home games after 1 at home, 2 on the road, then 4 more straight back. So it's here. The hockey's here. Blues are getting ready to get going. If you don't have your tickets yet, look at the schedule, check it out, see what may be of excitement for you. If there's games to get downtown, not only support the team, support the city, enjoy some entertainment, and have a good day. Make the most of it. A lot of opportunities for people to go enjoy the Blues getting downtown and some atmosphere and excitement from that standpoint. This is Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust. Producer Ryan's alongside as well. If you want to jump in on the chat line, do so. We'll get your chats out there. Also, if you want to give us a call, you can do that, 855-282-8255. Once again, 855-282-8255. Well, I was looking through some of the headlines. I'm like, what prompts people to get so upset that they set their neighbor's apartment door on fire over a noise dispute? That happened in St. Louis County. A woman got so upset. She's like, really? Okay, fine. I'm going to set the front door over. Also, hey, Ryan, what's your email again, buddy? I always ask you, I'm going to write it down now. It's Ryan, right?
No, it's RY.
Oh, that's RY. That was the problem.
Yeah,
okay.
RY. And then
I got
DA.
you now. That's why I couldn't find you. Silly me, buddy. By the way, that's producer Ryan. I just sent you a picture as well. When you get it up, just let me know. When you talk about the Blues, their sweaters, in my humble opinion, are as good as they're going to be. That lighter blue color with the new logo, with the blue note, sweet, sharp, cool, whatever you want to say. And the sweater looks absolutely hot when it's being worn by somebody in the WNBA as well. And we'll show you her as well when she's doing that. So if you haven't got that gear, I know that those sweaters can be a little expensive, but man, do they look good. Those are some good looking sweaters. And the WNBA playoffs have been going on. And, you know, she's from Columbia, but she promotes the St. Louis area. Arguably became one of the more popular WNBA players this year as an enforcer, talking about Sophie Cunningham. Well, Sophie was at the WNBA playoffs sporting her
no, I just threw some.
Oh, I didn't go. Yeah, I probably sent it to the wrong one. I'm sorry, man. I'll redo that again. But you guys got to check this out. It's pretty. I was like, oh, there we go. We're doing this the right way now. Promoting the Blues. We got to get her back for a game. That's for sure. Yeah, there it is. Okay, buddy. It should be over there. Let me. Yeah, just sent over again.
Yeah, that is a nice sweater, though. I like that.
Oh, did you get it now?
No, I'm looking at it on X, but I just got it.
Okay, I mean, it looks like one of the best
nice
sweaters, and it also looks a whole lot better to me, maybe,
yeah,
when it's worn by Sophie Cunningham.
Oh, of course.
That's why there's models. That's why pretty men and pretty women model clothes. Clothes look better on good-looking people. Sophie Cunningham is one of them. She's got that model body too. And of course, we'll promote that and get that up there for you. Just let me know. We pop her up so I can show the sweater.
Got it.
I can't say, yeah. I mean, there we go. Sophie Cunningham supporting the blue sweater. Now, isn't that a good sweater? She was wearing that to the WNBA playoffs. She's hurt. She can't play. But at least she's promoting St. Louis. She grew up in Columbia, of course, went to Mizzou, and all-time leading scorer, all ACC, all everything. She's in the Missouri Hall of Fame. Now she is an enforcer for Caitlin Clark. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a blue sweater look so good.
Yeah, I may have to take you up on that one.
Isn't that? Yeah, I'm checking out the sweater. The sweater, of course.
Yes, that's a really nice sweater.
So Sophie was putting that out there for her Indiana Fever. Really cool look there. But very, very nice. Very nice gesture there. And of course, there's a lot of people from St. Louis who will wear those sweaters and promote the Blues all over. But I know if a lot of people don't know all the sweaters around, like you have to be a real big hockey nut. But I still think it is one of the top 2 or top 3 sweaters that you're going to find. It's just with that color, that logo, all of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I have the right one because now I'm on Shop 8 NHL because
the shop to make sure it's the right logo.
Yeah, to make sure it's the
That looked like the new one to me that she was wearing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out because I want one now.
Oh yeah, of course you did. It's nice. They are nice. That's for sure. Did you guys get any gear yet? If you did, let us know where you got it, what you're looking at pricing from that standpoint. You getting excited about it? I'm excited about the blue season. I am. And especially, like I said, after coming out of the Cardinals, and I just like the Blues. And it's our opportunity to support the Blues as well. So very nice sweater there. If you guys have anything else that's going on, jump it on the show, 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Different stories heading on in the area. We'll talk Cardinals when we come back from the break as well. There's some things there. Ali Marmol, by the way, he will be sticking around. He's not headed anywhere. And I didn't think he should be. I thought he still should be around, at least for another year. You got to give him a chance to work with Chaim Bloom. And if Chaim Bloom wants him, then let it happen. Let's see what they can do together. And of course, a lot of that will also depend on who they can bring in and the amount of people that they can pay to come in. What other interesting update? We were talking about, obviously, NFL is huge everywhere. There's controversy with the NFL choosing Bad Bunny, just from some political standpoints, from his standpoint. But Roger Goodell, I don't think the NFL commissioner was leading us the wrong way when he was insinuating that Taylor Swift could possibly be halftime entertainment. Guess what? She was in negotiation to be halftime entertainment, but talks broke down. Guess why talks broke down? Allegedly, she ended up turning down the Super Bowl 60 halftime show because the NFL refused her terms. She wanted ownership of the performance footage. And that's Rock Nation, Jay-Z, they own that. So they wanted Taylor Swift. Taylor wanted to do it, but they couldn't decide on who would have the ownership rights. And then no Taylor. If you don't like her music, you were saved. If you do, unfortunately, she wanted a deal that reflected her value, allegedly. And her value is pretty high. Can't deny that. She said they expect the biggest stars in the world to do it for free, for, quote, exposure. Taylor doesn't need exposure, her representative said. She wanted a deal that reflected her value. She couldn't do it. So that's why the NFL turned to Bad Bunny instead of Taylor Swift. The ratings would be good, but if they would have had Taylor Swift, they would have been even better. And I think the NFL knows that. They could have made even more money. Taylor's like, wait a second, let me cash in and get some of that money as well for me. And I don't blame her for trying to get her value. Not one freaking bit. 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. I'm Vic Faust. Art City Now, producer Rye alongside as well. If anything's got you going this morning, if there's anything that should be talked about, brought up in the St. Louis area, something that's got your blood boiling, something that's got you happy, just shoot us a text. Jump in on the show. Facebook, X, and YouTube, all places where you can find us. And of course, we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Also, when it comes to events that are going around town, if there's something going on, let us know. We love to promote anything and everything that's going on from that standpoint. There is something when we come back. I'd like to promote the John O'Leary movie, which is going to be coming out very soon. It's already an opening. There's already new shows, or there's screenings for it. Excuse me. Soul on Fire. When we come back, I'll talk about that a little bit as well. I had a chance to see a pre-screening of it. And are you familiar with the John O'Leary story? The young man from St. Louis, he was burned as a boy.
I've heard about it, but I don't really know all the in-depth stuff about it.
William Macy plays Jack Buck in the movie. Jack Buck was instrumental in helping this kid believe that he could overcome this horrible condition that he was faced after fire. And he made it. John's brother his older brother, who helped save his life, is a good friend of mine. So I had a chance to check out this pre-movie or the pre-showing, and it's about St. Louis. So we will definitely get into that a little bit. We're also efforting an interview with John. John is a motivational speaker as well. So I'll talk about that when we come back. But it is a movie that people should look at. You can buy tickets in advance. Soul on Fire, based on the incredible true story of John O'Leary. Just a remarkable story about overcoming life's tragedies, because a lot of times in life we face tragedies, we face adversity. It's how you deal with what's being done to you or what has been done to you. How are you going to respond if a life situation hits you and knocks you down? So we'll get into that a little bit too. This is Art City Now. It's a Wednesday, the first day of October. Welcome into October. We're ready to keep things going with you. Jumping on the show, X, Facebook, and YouTube. Give us a comment. We'll try to keep track of that, get it up there, talk with us, talk with others as well. All right, we'll take a quick break. Producer Ryan's here. I'm Vic Faust. And again, when you're jumping on the phone, you can do that as well. 855-282-8255. Back with more Art City Now right after this. Hey guys, welcome back into the show. Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday?
Yes, sir. It's
Oh
Wednesday.
my God, I forgot what day it was for a second.
I've been thinking it's
Time is going by fast. It's October 1st. Yes, it's Wednesday. Yeah, the sun's kind of coming up in St. Louis this morning. Glad you're here. It's going to be another beautiful day. Highs in the 80s. Not a lot of humidity. That's a good thing. However, it's still much warmer than people who love fall want it to be. You think of October, you think of fall. Not the first week of fall, certainly not the first day of fall. And these temperatures go into all next week, too. I mean, you're looking at mid to upper 80s this weekend. Yeah, that's kind of warm. I mean, we're not talking about record-setting temperatures, but we are talking about warm, literally all the way through at least Monday, Tuesday of next week. Highs about 80s. Next Wednesday, I saw like 73, 76 and 70 for highs, so that could be really nice. Leading into that Mizzou, Alabama game at 11 a.m. on Saturday. That's Saturday of next week, not in a few days. But today you're looking at, lots of sunshine, no possibilities of rain until next week either. So enjoy the day, St. Louis. What do you got planned? Anything going on? Let us know. Jump it on the show. We'd love to talk with you, see what's going on out there, promote anything and everything. St. Louis, that's what we do. What's going on? What's going on? STL, come in and talk with us. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. We are here, by the way, every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. And Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us every day, Monday through Friday as well. And, today we've got the MIZ STL show as well. And that is all Mizzou all the time. A lot of SEC talk. That's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Plus, you got the Charlie Tuna show after that for a couple hours as well. By the way, just go to louinfo.com and you can check out the program that we have. Most of the St. Louis, all the time. Anyway, Blues to talk about, Cardinals to talk about. We've got some other news stories that are going on. We had to hit the Cardinals, really. I wanted to talk about that. Oli Marmol will be back. Like it or not, he's the manager for the Cardinals next year. I like it. I think he should be back. They finished just under 500. They didn't have a lot of talent. I know he's been a lightning rod of controversy, just like John Muzelic was, and a lot of times those go hand in hand. However, let's see what he can do with a new director of baseball operations. Obviously, Marmol has respect within the organization, whether rightly so or not. But Chaim Bloom made it very clear yesterday, he will be back. He will be the manager. And now we'll see what they do during the offseason. Some takeaways from the presser with Chaim Bloom, the new director of baseball operations yesterday, were pretty simple. They don't know their payroll yet. These are the we all know that talk is cheap. People talk, they'll tell you whatever you want to hear. In life, most people will just tell you what you want to hear, walk away and go, yeah, whatever. It's just to get out of a conversation. It's to make you feel good, maybe make themselves feel good, men and women. But they can tell us whatever they want. We knew last year going into the season that was going to be a cost-cutting, maybe cost-saving season. And fans said, really? Okay, bye ya. And then it was the worst attendance that they'd had in many, many years. Lost literally in 2 years, a million people coming through the gates in 2 years. Bill DeWitt said they don't know exactly where their payroll is going to be yet, what they're going to do in free agency, but they're looking. So what is Chaim Bloom telling everybody? He's like, well, we won't concede. All right. The ownership says that they're going to give Chaim the resources he needs. Okay. He did a lot of talking about drafting and developing talent. That doesn't sound like that's going to be a quick turnaround. That may take some time. And when I say time, more than a year, 2 or more. If you're talking about drafting and developing talent, that's going to take a little time. The AA system is fine. They won the championship. 5-6 players that could be big league players someday. Could be. It's not often that you have that many draft picks or people who are with prospects who all develop into big league players, quality ones, but it's possible. They admitted that they're not meeting expectations for St. Louis. And I guess that's kind of an easy one to see. Yeah, I don't think we're meeting expectations. Yeah, when the fans aren't coming. But he's 42 years old. He's got experience. And he's still young and vibrant. And he wants the job. And he's been learning how to do the job from a man who did it for a long time. People will be upset, but, it kind of goes hand in hand. The ownership group and John Mozeliak together. It just wasn't working. They failed in recent years. It is what it is. And now that's why there's a change. Any of these things get you excited about when it comes to Cardinals, or you just we need a break. I think we need a break from Cardinal baseball for a while. And then we'll come back and see what the offseason looks like, see what free agency looks like, and then see if this is a possibility where people are going to get excited about the team and follow the team back again and make sure that this is exactly what we want to cover, and make sure that this team thinks about their fans and doesn't take them for granted. And I don't think that that's going to happen again, at least for a while. Ownership group is talking as if they're listening, talking as if they get it. And Bill DeWitt said yesterday they were not happy because obviously you take the money back from the owners and you make your voice heard, they'll listen. Money talks. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I say it all the time. Some people try to say money doesn't buy happiness. Right? I always say, when's the last time you received money and were upset? Never,
unless I expected more.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm still happy because I got money.
There you go. Wise words, the wisdom from producer Rye. You're a young man and you even get it. So money is very important when it comes to the Cardinals. Money is important when it comes to business. Money is important when it comes to managers and owners. Money, 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 money. Cardinals sat back for a long time. They did what they had to do, the fans at least. They showed up. Then they didn't show up. Now the Cardinals are taking note. It is what it is. It's the life cycle when it comes to money, supply and demand. I don't know what to think about it. I really don't. It's like the needle's not moving a lot for me when it comes to the Cardinals right now, but we do talk about it because we were told Ali's staying around. You've got three other teams within the NL Central are in the playoffs this year, and not one of them is the St. Louis Cardinals. Who would have ever thought we'd be in a situation in the year 2025 where the Cubs, the Brewers, and the Reds are all in the playoffs, and you're not? And who are the Cardinals with? They're sitting with the Pirates. I mean, that's how bad it is. We're dividing a line in the division. The Cardinals and Pirates over here. Everybody else on that side. What? Are you kidding me? What? We're with the Pirates now? Yeah, that's how bad this has gotten, where the Cardinals are now associated with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we know how lowly they are when it comes to their payroll and their success and all the things that are going on. So, yay. Loving life from that standpoint. Okay. What else is going on? Let us know. Give us a call if you want to. 855-282-8255. 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Stories, headlines, things that are happening throughout the area. I thought this was interesting too. But you just never know what can happen. I brought this up at the end of the break. An elderly couple confused driving through Kirkwood near the train tracks and near the train station. They literally drove onto the tracks overnight thinking that it was a road. It was the train tracks. So here's what happened. They were able to escape the vehicle once they realized they were on the train tracks and couldn't get off, like a movie, literally like a movie. But the cargo train ended up striking the car. Obviously, then police were notified from that standpoint. Witnesses there heard the crash. Obviously, that's a loud crash. But somehow, some way, they weren't able to tell. I don't know. I guess the story was written an elderly couple at night, not able to really spot what was going on or to know where they were. Each crossing, by the way, has an identified number that allows railroad companies to know the location of that particular crossing. But they were somehow, some way, they went past the signs. I don't know how it's possible. I've driven over there quite a few times. I'm sure you have too as well, Producer Rye. But, if it's at night, your eyesight's not that great. Maybe you're not driving in that area a lot. You may take a turn, and before you know it, you're having to race to get the car off the tracks. So, yeah, that car's totaled, but they're healthy. If anybody heard that, that's what happened. No injuries. That's the key. No injuries, no injuries, no injuries. And if you're driving near train tracks, just be extra careful. I didn't think they'd have to worry about that, but they did. Then you have the story of a St. Louis man now in custody for throwing overpass on Sunday on the Arsenal overpass at I-44. Imagine you're driving. This is dangerous, and all of a sudden, a piece or a chunk of asphalt falls down, busts through your car, busts through your window, and you're trying to keep sanity while you're driving at the same point in time. There was something that they say that he heard a noise like something that smashed into his car. He looked up and saw a man on the side of the roadway. So the victim eventually turned around, went back to the spot where his car was hit with the asphalt, and he saw the same guy standing there with his arm raised, holding a chunk of asphalt. Literally, he just stayed there, throwing at cars. Chunks of asphalt along the nearby median, down on cars. One of the victims' hoods was smashed that they were able to talk about. They literally charged the guy. He's just stood there and waited to be taken in. You get charged with second-degree assault. He had possession of a controlled substance. I guess that makes sense. Second-degree property damage. But he was only charged with one incident. But have you guys seen this? Over the past few weeks, police have been taking dozens of calls of a man throwing asphalt and other items on cars near I-44 Jameson overpass. So these issues can happen. You may have seen the stories coming out. That's why we were bringing those out, just talking about some of the crazy stories and things that have been happening. So if you saw something, that's exactly what was going on. And of course, we were just making you aware of some of those things that were going on. Unbelievable. Never had anything like that happen to me. I've seen some crazy stuff on the sides of the road, but I've never seen a situation where something like that was happening. That's for sure. How about this for St. Louis? Nonstop service to London from St. Louis. British Airways is going to begin nonstop service from Lambert to London with 4 flights a week. This is even coming, as I said earlier, some airlines are actually scaling back service in and to from St. Louis. That has been the story. It's another week, and we have more flights that we're losing from St. Louis, but not anymore. Now you have a situation that's going on. They had a press event yesterday. Executive Sam Page was there, Mayor Kara Spencer, the St. Louis County Port Authority, among others. So the route is a huge, huge deal. And like I said, it comes just 5 months after Southwest took flights out of the area. British Airways hasn't responded yet, or at least they didn't to Channel 4's request as of yesterday. But this would be St. Louis's second nonstop flight to a European destination. St. Louis also picked up to Lufthansa to Frankfurt, Germany. That was back in 2022. So you go to Germany, Now you go to London as well. So more positive, definitely more positive situation when it comes to St. Louis and nonstop service. We needed some of those positive things that are happening in the area. That is 100% for sure. If you're looking for something to do this week as well, and just let us know. The factory send us some of the things that they have. AJ Croce tonight at the factory, 7 p.m. Tomorrow night, they have that Mexican OT. Friday, Nico Moon. Saturday, Royal Otis. And then next Monday, Modest Mouse. And then Ziggy Marley next Wednesday, and next Thursday, Napoleon Dynamite Live. So factory busy as well. If you guys want to give us other ideas, if you guys are following other music, going to go see other acts, keep us posted. Some of those things that are happening. That was just the factory sending us information that they have, and we appreciate them keeping us posted. If you guys have something going on, let us know too. We'll promote it. Just give us an idea what's happening. The stories that are going out there, we'll certainly promote anything and everything we can when it comes to the St. Louis area. Last night, the Blues had a preseason game. They are now 0-3-1 in the preseason. That doesn't matter. It does not matter. They lost to the Stars 5-3. The good news, Dylan Holloway, 2 more goals, and we all know how important he was for the Blues last year when they made their run. The cog in the wheel, the missing spark, so to speak, even in a tight series against Winnipeg. Good to see him back healthy. Good to see him flying around. Kyrou looked good with a goal. I mean, a lot of the younger guys, and I don't say younger, I'm not old veterans, but younger guys that they would count on. Blues guys, Stars have a good team. They really do. Blues will play again Thursday night in St. Louis. That'll be their final preseason game before they have one final preseason game. They only play 6. They only play 6 preseason games. And then it's time to hit the ice for real. Next Wednesday, is it next October 9th? October 9th. Is that, yeah, next Thursday. Next Thursday, the Blues home opener. They get things going. That will be a big night. Get things back with the St. Louis Blues back on ice. Their new jerseys, their sweaters, their logos. If you haven't checked them out yet, looking pretty good. We'll show you that in our 7 o'clock hour as well. But the Blues getting some action in last night as they look forward to the season ahead. A lot of expectations, at least in the St. Louis area, but not necessarily nationally, which could be a very, very good thing. But like I said, I talked to Cam Davidson, who's the show after us, a couple of people following the Blues. Say, yeah, they're expecting to have a really, really good run. Maybe even finish in the top 3 in their division for being a younger team and making some noise in the playoffs. And we know when the playoffs come, anything can happen. We can break down that schedule a little bit more thorough for you coming up in the show as well, just to make sure that you know some of those things that are happening. The Blues getting ready to move forward. By the way, I was just told too, and I don't know how this will affect certain agencies in St. Louis, certain people who are working jobs. The U.S. government is shut down, so that will affect federal employees. This happens, of course, from time to time when Republicans and Democrats are fighting. This happens when Congress does their deals. They can't agree on spending limits. They can't agree on the amount of money that it takes to keep the government going. This will affect people in St. Louis. Some, not quite sure how many and to what extent, we're not quite sure. But when the government shuts down, these kind of things happen. So that's something that we're following as well. If you guys have any other stories, any other ideas from that standpoint, let us know. Jump it on the show. By the way, you can jump it on X, YouTube, and Tower, X, YouTube, and Facebook. You literally jump it on the chat. You can also give us a call. The phone number to give us a call is 855-282-8255. Once again, it's 855-282-8255. And if you woke up today not knowing what day it was like me, don't feel bad. It's weird. It's been a busy week. It's been a fast week. It seems like time's going by fast. It still feels like it's summer. We're going to be in the 80s for temperature today. And it's also the start of October. All in one. It's whoa, wait a second. What? Yep, it is October. We are here. And those are the things that are happening. So enjoy the weather, because just 1 month from now, I bet it'll be a whole lot different on November 1st. If there's anything that's coming up this weekend to promote, let us know. That's what we do. We get that information out there. And you can do that, as we said, on Facebook, X, excuse me, and YouTube. Once again, that's Facebook, X, and YouTube. And if there's another story that we should be talking about, something that's making the needle move for you, get in, let us know. We say good morning to you, Ben. Good morning to you, Donna. She says good morning to you back, Vic and Ryan. Happy October. Let the holiday months begin. It is time to move forward, getting all these things done. Much love, everybody. Coming from Joe. Have a blessed day. Once again, much love to everybody from Joe. Have a blessed day. And we will. Remember, stay positive. It's all about what you do when things happen to you in this life. Okay. Coming up, we'll talk about the new movie, Soul on Fire, St. Louis and John O'Leary, how he overcame just a horrible situation as a child, going through a fire, being physically saved by his brother, and then what he accomplished in his life and where he is today. And what a remarkable story. The movie's fantastic. I had a chance to see the preview. I did an early screening, and it's a great way for St. Louis to promote that as well. We are also efforting an interview with John in the days ahead. He is super busy, literally traveling the country promoting the movie Soul on Fire. We'll talk about that as well when we come back. Without giving away the movie, I'll let you know basically some of the things about it and how you can really support it as well. So producer Rye is alongside. I'm Vic Faust. It's Arch City Now, all St. Louis all the time. 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. We'll take a break and come back right after. Welcome in October 1st. 7:05 is the time. We're ready to get some things going today. If you have a story that you want to talk about, jump in, let us know. If there is a shout out, let us know. Phone number is 855-282-8255. We are your Lou Information Station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. We're also here on Facebook, X, and YouTube. You can jump in, give us a comment, give us a chat. We'll talk about it. If you guys want to jump in, we'll do that as well. All right, a couple of those updates. Yeah, last night, St. Louis Blues lost a preseason game. It could have been worse. It's preseason, 5-3. Still some positives. Love it. Love watching Dylan Holloway play. When he went out last year, we know what happened. Things started to go a little bit south. They weren't exactly the same team. However, there's Blues just right around the corner. Glad you guys are with us. First game next Thursday at home. So they have a home game. Then they go on the road for 2, and then they come back for 4 straight games. And it'll be a good season. Last regular season game will be April 16th. The last home game of the regular season will be April 14th. A lot of good going on. We're here for you. We're ready to make things happen as well. Okay, with that being said, hope this day is going well for you. Sunshine. It's going to be warm. 80s through probably Monday at least, maybe Tuesday. Sunshine, no wet weather expected. Just beautiful, comfortable days. More of a summer feel to it than a fall feel, but once again, it could be worse and it's not. So we're here trying to have as much fun with it as we possibly can. By the way, if you wanted to text us, you can do that as well. A lot of ways to get in touch. 314-590-3770. Once again, that's 314-590-3770. Broadcasting live from our J. Randolph Jr. studios in Kirkwood. We are Art City now. I'm Vic Faust, producer Ryan alongside as well. All St. Louis, all the time, taking you to 8 o'clock Monday through Friday. Then at 8 to 10, it's Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen, the former Blue himself, and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. On Wednesdays, that's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have our MIZ STL show, all things Mizzou, all the time during that from 10 to 11. Then Charlie show takes over at 11. For a list of all the programming that we do throughout the day and night, you can go to louinfo.com. Check out the website, check out the programming. We are here. We appreciate you guys jumping in. If you want to broadcast on our show, just let us know, and we can make sure that we get all that out there for you as well. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing the show as well. We appreciate it when you guys do that. Yesterday, Chaim Bloom had his first press conference as director of player personnel for the Cardinals. It is what it is. It's not like, oh boy, we're going to be so great now. I like him. Seems like he's a tempered approach. He's been learning under John Mozeliak. He's had other experiences. He's been around Tampa, Boston, you name it. It's 42. Seems like a pretty smart individual. Wouldn't be there if you weren't. But now what's management going to allow him to do? He talked about free agency. They didn't really give us a plan for free agency yet. Bill DeWitt Jr. also says they're not quite sure what their spending will be when it comes to a, quote, payroll. But 2 things. One, Chaim Bloom said we won't concede. And DeWitt Jr. said they're going to make sure he has the resources he needs. Okay. Well, let's see. It's about being smart, too, because last year, or the last couple of years, the Cardinals did put a lot of money into their, quote, starting pitching, which ended up being one of the worst staffs in baseball, which is why we're sitting home, sitting with the Pirates, while 3 other teams in our division are in the playoffs, the Reds, the Cubs, and the Brewers. That's right. Who would have ever thought the Cardinals would be in a situation, and us as a fan base, watching not 1, not 2, but 3 other teams from our division into the playoffs, the Reds, the Brewers, and the Cubs. My, oh my, my, my. Let it be a lesson. Also, ownership said, you, the Cardinals, you, the fans, all of us, made our points heard by not showing up to games. It's huge. It's important. You have to do things like that. Money's not easy to come by. You got to think twice about where you're going to spend it. And the Cardinals basically said before the season what their plan was. And Cardinals fans said, okay, well, here's our plan. We're going to go elsewhere. Cardinals ownership said it was noted. They were not happy about it. We're talking about 1 million attendance difference in just 2 seasons. That's unheard of. It's unprecedented. So just like the Cardinals fans have been so phenomenal for so long, showing up to games, supporting this team, supporting ownership, then they turned right back around and showed just how strong their support can be and don't take things for granted. I mean, I still think back to Joe Buck tweeting. And we all know Joe Buck he's an icon when it comes to talking baseball, when it comes to talking football, when it comes to talking St. Louis. And it said a lot when he tweeted out a picture of the apathy, the word that I will use, for Cardinal baseball throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. It is what it is. So they had that presser. Now we'll see where they go. They've got a good AA contingent, 5, 6 prospects. It could be good. They won the Texas League, dominated that final game 13-1. So now we see where they go. What do they do? Where are the free agents going to come from? What kind of team are they going to put together? Who's going to be around? What is it going to look like? And the guy that's going to be putting it together, and they made sure yesterday, the guy that's making the dinner with all those ingredients is Ali Marmol. And I'm totally fine with it. Totally fine with Ali being back in regards to getting another opportunity to see what this team can do with a different direction, maybe from ownership, a different direction in maybe spending, and a different idea of who they are, what they are, and where they're going to go, looking to put some success back in St. Louis, getting people back out at the ballpark, and making sure that people are excited to be here. All right. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. Good morning. We appreciate you guys jumping in on the chat this morning. You can do so on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Once again, that is Facebook, X, and YouTube. The other thing that we've got going on now, brought it up before the end of the break. U.S. government is shut down, so that could affect some federal workers here. How and what, if that's affecting you, let us know. Jump in on the chat line, or you can call us at 855-282-8255. But obviously this happens when government can't agree, they can't get their money together, and can't decide what kind of spending they're going to have at the same point in time. Those are the things that can happen. Also, how about some nonstop London service when it comes to Lambert International Airport? British Airways will be flying nonstop now. So in the midst of Lambert losing several flights over the past, 5 months or so, now they pick one up. Nonstop service to London. They're currently flying to Germany as well with Lufthansa. Now they've added another flight. So that's a positive. That's a good thing that we start to see when it comes to St. Louis. One of the other stories that we were covering earlier, if you saw it, thankfully there were no injuries, but anytime you're on train tracks, you got to be careful about where you're driving, what you're doing. An elderly couple in the Kirkwood area near the train station took a wrong turn and were driving down the tracks. That's when they realized a cargo train was coming. They were able to escape without injuries, but their car not so fortunate. So you may see a headline or a story of that going on. Witnesses heard what was happening. They heard the car being hit, so to speak. Fortunately, as I said, the couple was able to get out with no issues, no injuries from that standpoint. Also, man's been arrested for throwing chunks of asphalt off the I-44 Arsenal overpass. That was happening on Sunday. If you were driving in that area, wondering what was going on, now you know. It's like, oh, really? Yeah. There are some people who will do some crazy stuff. That's one of them. But you kind of go from there. Baseball playoffs, too, by the way, have begun. I stayed up, watched the Yankees and Red Sox. Never thought I'd be rooting for the Yankees, but I was. Here I am in this day. Well, growing up, I never thought I would be, but I started to like the Yankees over the past few years. Maybe it's because of my dislike for the freaking Red Sox. 2014 World Series didn't help. That's for sure. So anyway, were you born yet in 2014? Were you around yet?
Yes, I was alive and kicking in 2014.
Just messing with you, Producer Ryan. That's Producer Ryan. We are Art City now. I like to tease him about his knowledge for being such a young child. I call him a young child, anybody in their 20s. Super, super smart. Ryan, glad he's alongside. We're here bringing you everything St. Louis all the time. By the way, the Blues last night, they look good. Love the new logos. Have you checked those things out? They look really good. The sweaters, the logos, all of it together. And we like to promote our own. Sophie Cunningham with the Indiana Fever. She can't play. She's hurt. She's out. The playoffs are going on in WNBA, but she showed up to her team's Fever game last night wearing this. She was promoting the St. Louis Blues and their new sweater. Sophie's great. I mean, she really is. I mean, do we have her up? Is she up there?
Yes, I'm about to pull her back up right now.
All right. I'm going to say, I got to see Sophie. I want to look over and check out Sophie. So Sophie shows up wearing her sweater, a St. Louis Blues sweater last night. And that's what I'm talking about. Sophie didn't grow up in St. Louis. She's from Columbia, close enough. But that looks good. Is it up now? I'm sorry.
I'm pulling it up right now. You're going to see on the screen, though, it's going to be like different.
Oh, that's fine.
Templates, but
I just want to show everybody Sophie Cunningham in a Blues sweater because it looks good.
Yeah.
The sweater, of course.
It'd be great marketing for the Blues, you know?
Oh, yeah, of course it is.
And I love the new logo, though. I love it.
The logo looks great. Sophie looks great. She's promoting it at a WNBA basketball playoff game. It's all good in the Lou Hood. Yeah, Sophie looks great wearing it. Hopefully the Blues sent her that. She was inducted into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, the University of Missouri Sports Hall of Fame not too long ago. And it looks really good. Yeah. There we go. Nice job, Sophie. She's loving life these days. She beat down on one woman and became super, super popular. And she plays with Caitlin Clark. And then she has a super popular podcast as well. We'll have to get her on the show. I don't know if she gets up this early though.
Yeah, maybe for workout, maybe. Probably worked out.
Yeah, you know what? You're right for workouts. She is a professional athlete. But I could get behind Sophie Cunningham on the show. That would be a whole lot of fun. That's for sure. So nice job, Sophie. And she doesn't care. She calls out WNBA leadership. And she gets fined a lot, but she's a talker. She likes to talk. Speaking of talking, I've never met Napheesa Collier from St. Louis, but she's, arguably the best or one of the best players in the WNBA. Not even close. Her Minnesota team was eliminated. And what is it about our St. Louis or Missouri women having to speak up? She went after. She got hurt. She wasn't able to play because she got hurt. WNBA officials, their officiating crews, the leadership for not saying anything, how they let their superstars get crushed, not treated right. I was like, Napheesa, dang. Of course, from Incarnate Word, Notre Dame. Now she's arguably the best player in the WNBA.
Yeah, I think she's the best small forward to guard in the WNBA.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think
she's not a big.
Because A'ja, I like watching Fee play more though.
Yep.
I love watching her play. A'ja, she just looks like she's just bigger and she knows how to play. But I'd rather watch Fee play.
And she's been around for a long time. She's a scorer. She was the All-Star MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I've just really gotten behind her because she was a St. Louisan, and I love to promote St. Louisan. And whether you're into the WNBA or not, I just respect the fact of who she is, the game she plays, and she's not afraid to just say some things that need to be said. And of course, I'm sorry, the WNBA has not been run well. It has not. Their decision making, what they do, what they allow, what they get behind, it's not been good business. But then again, if you're not paying your own bills, I guess you don't have to worry. Sorry,
exactly.
NBA taking care of the WNBA.
I also feel like the WNBA, I feel like their players talk out more about injustices and how they feel more than NBA players.
Maybe they do. And maybe that might be your cup of tea or something else. I just want to watch everybody play basketball.
Really? Me too. I don't really care about all that other stuff, but I feel like they do talk a little bit more, but
do your things, comedians, do your things, athletes, entertainers, do your thing. But anyway, so Sophie Cunningham, A show with Sophie is better than a show without Sophie. So there you go. MIZ, by the way, the MIZ STL show at 10 o'clock today with Grant Salzman. You can watch that. That's a show that I join on Mondays at 10 o'clock as well. 7:20 is our time. Get you started on this day throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. Kind of a quiet day, not a ton going on. Not even a ton of news stories. We try to keep it more positive, promoting St. Louis, the good that's here, anything that's going on, whether it's news headlines and politics, sports, entertainment, food, drink, activities, tours, you name it. We like to cover it. And of course, we love it. Need your help. You guys can jump in and let us know as well. Get involved in the show, and we'll do our best to get you onto the show as well. Jump in on the comments, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Once again, you can get involved in our show at Facebook, X, and YouTube. Join the comment line, get your comments out there. We also just like to promote activities and events that are coming up around town. You guys know a lot of those things. Just let us know. We'll promote it. We'll get the things going. A lot of activities that happen that, sometimes we don't even know about. So anyway, Arch City Now, that's where you follow us, Arch City Now, and join the comment line, and we'll certainly pass that along. We said to people who jumped in, Donna and Ben, good morning, Joe as well. Appreciate all of the support and the comments that you guys are giving us here on the show with Arch City Now. Okay. I talked a little bit about this in the last break, but there is a movie that's out, or it's going to be out very, very soon. And it's called Soul on Fire. And it's about John O'Leary. True story about John O'Leary, St. Louisan, who was in a horrible, horrible fire as a kid and wasn't supposed to live. He made it. And part of the reason that he made it, not only his family helping him out so much, as a tragic accident from a 9-year-old, literally burns covering 100% of his body. It was a miraculous recovery. His family supported him. His community supported him. His older brother, Jim, who's a good friend of mine. And what really was interesting is Jack Buck. Jack Buck in the movie played by Minnie, really helping and encouraging him his entire life. And it just kind of showed you who the man Jack was. He didn't have to get involved and stay involved. And when I say stay involved, I'm talking about a long time involved, over decades of being involved in John's life. I had a chance to check out the early screening of the movie. 4 or 5 different times I teared up in that movie. My eyes started to water. I was like, wow, just very inspirational. And you can support the family. You can support the movie. You can support the vision of doing this by getting your tickets. The movie's supposed to come out October 10th. In the days ahead, we're certainly efforting an interview with John. We've been waiting on that. He is very, very in demand. Literally, one of the first screening nights, he was in 3 different cities on the same night, flying around. He became an inspirational speaker. He travels the world as an inspirational speaker, and just showing that no matter what happens to you in life, it's how you look at it. Sometimes people will block you and stop you from doing what you want to do, but there are things that people can't stop you and block you from. And a lot of things in life is, you can do whatever you need to do, but it's how you respond to circumstances that are thrown your way. And that's what the movie's about. Actor John Corbett, who does a really good job. He's the actor that plays John's dad. The actor Joel Courtney plays John O'Leary in the movie. Of course, William H. Macy is Jack Buck. So thought that was pretty interesting. Just a really good movie, how it was done. And it's our backyard. The movie takes place in St. Louis, revolving around a lot of St. Louis institutions. And it's a shot for us and a chance for us to really, really promote St. Louis, this family, this story, and John O'Leary Inspired. You can check out John on Instagram. I mean, you can check him out on all social media. But the movie, the release date is October 10th. Sony Pictures is the distributor, and the producers are Sean McNamara, David Brookwell, Todd Harris, and Margaret French Isaac. So, true story, once again, all about St. Louis, and of course, John O'Leary's story. Look forward to hopefully getting him on the show to help promote the movie that's coming up. So, anyway, I loved it. Like I said, it 4 or 5 different times. So inspirational. I could feel the tears coming. I was like, wow. Imagine you think you've gone through something bad in your life, and then you see a story of somebody who had 100% of their body covered in burns and going through the pain, going through the rehab, and what it was like for parents to have to watch a child go through that, and also be kind of hard at the same time to have to teach them on how they're going to be in life and what they're going to be able to make of their life. Nobody would ever want to be in a situation like that. So anyway, fantastic movie. Check it out. Get ready to check that out. Coming up in days ahead. Once again, Soul on Fire, October 10th. I enjoyed it, and I was grateful to have a chance to go and be invited to a pre-screening of the movie. And it was every bit as good as I thought it would be. I didn't know really what to expect, but super, super fantastic movie. Hey guys, we are Art City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Just getting you up, having some fun, getting your day going. Appreciate you joining in on KLIS, of course. You can check us out on luinfo.com, the Lou Information Station, always live and on demand there. If you want to give us a call, you can do that too. The phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. It's already October 1st. Temperatures in the 80s. Love it. We're going to have this temperature climate, this idea, this same thing going on several days ahead into the beginning of next week. Make the most of it. Like I said, the temperatures are warmer, but I haven't felt really bad humidity with it. And then, of course, late in the day when the sun starts to go down, it feels great. Nice to be outside as well. Producer Ryan alongside. I'm Vic Faust. Our final segment. Leave it up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to cover, whatever you guys want to get into, let us know. Jump in. Let us know with your comments. You can give us a call as well. And, of course, we like to kind of go back and recap some of the things that we've been talking about throughout the show this morning. We'll get you posted. We'll get you up to date on it. Let us know. This is Art City Now. We are your Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at luinfo.com. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with our final segment on this Wednesday morning, October 1st. Lewis. We get you up and at it every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m., broadcasting live from our Kirkwood studios. We are the J. Randolph Jr. Studios. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful time of the year to get out and enjoy it, whatever you're doing, working, playing, whatever it may be today. Hey, thanks for joining us every morning. We try to get you going 6 to 8 a.m. Arch City now, Vic Faust, producer Ryan alongside as well. Whatever you're doing today. It was funny. We were just talking about it. So many weird things in life. Yeah, we talk sports and we talk news, we talk things that are going on in life. Imagine being, I guess actors are the same way. I guess if you turn professional, you can make a lot of money, but they're kids, not a lot of them, but playing college football, the portal these days, it's insane the amount of money. I have a friend. He trains athletes. I'm not going to, let's just say he's the starting quarterback at a Big Ten school. And he makes $1.5 million a year. $1.5 million a year to be the starting quarterback at a Big Ten school. That's what I'll say right there. When it comes to the portal, when it comes to the amount of money, and everybody's making money. You get your scholarship if you're on scholarship, and then you get money on top of that. And then, of course, name, image, likeness, whatever you can produce, whatever you can get from businesses. And they also pay you money. The schools on top of the scholarship. Some of these schools also have situations, and I know this because my son was offered this, who was a senior in high school, if he would consider to be a preferred walk-on at a Big Ten school with a $40,000 to $50,000 payment, which takes care of your school and also some per year. So because they're out of scholarships. And then they're like, oh, we come across somebody we like. Sometimes you have other late developers. Yeah. Some people come, some people go. So that was the first time that I heard that a preferred walk-on could get $40,000 to $50,000 to come to a school. So all of these things going on in life right now, when it comes to these young men, and it's usually men, the women's sports are not making money. They're not. It's usually football, some of these basketball players. But it is crazy. That was the conversation Ryan and I were having as we were coming back to break, just in regards to how kids have to grow up a whole lot quicker if they're playing sports and if they're really good at what they do, and some of the opportunities that can be there for them, where you've got people who are literally trying and planning around these. I mean, you got kids that can make enough money when they're early 20s, invested right, and done that to really set them up for a long, long time. Those are the kind of things that can be happening. Not to bore you with some of those details, but it must be nice. Jumping on the chat line today, guys. Facebook, X, and YouTube, if you would like to. Once again, Facebook, X, and YouTube. Love it when you guys are here. Love it when we're talking, getting us caught up on things that are happening this weekend and throughout the week. Of course, Hot Take Central 2.0 comes up at 8 o'clock today. They're here from 8 to 10 o'clock. Lots going on from that standpoint. Sure, they'll be talking about the Blues. We've hit the Blues a lot today when it comes to where they are, what they have going on. Also, we talked about it in the first hour, but clearly last night, preseason game, a lot of people there. They have another preseason game coming up Thursday night. And then they're done at home for the preseason. They have 2 more games left. They haven't won one yet, but it doesn't matter. Do not talk about preseason games. Dylan Holloway had 2 goals. Very excited to see that. Plus, he was so good for this team last year. When he went out, things changed. So, opening night next Thursday versus the Minnesota Wild. Something else to think about for this season coming up. There's going to be a break, the 3-week break, because the Olympics are back. That'll be interesting, especially after the Four Nations face-off this last year and how super incredibly competitive that was, specifically with Canada and the United States. But that's going to be in February 5th to the 25th. There's a break. Those 20 days, there's a break for the Olympics. The Blues also have 16 total home games on Fridays and Saturdays this year. 6 on Friday, 10 on Saturday. And the season starts with 7 of 11 October games at Enterprise. That's pretty nice. 7 games at Enterprise to kick off the season, including the first game. Then they go on the road for 2, and then they come back for 4 straight. So you got a chance to jump in real quick, get excited for this team, check them out, see what's going to happen from that standpoint. They also, a couple notes to think about, the first rematch with Winnipeg, who they got knocked out with in the playoffs last year, is December 17th. The Blackhawks visit the Blues on October 15th and December 12th. Another interesting game. It's not until January 29th, but you literally have Matthew Tkachuk and the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers in St. Louis to take on the Blues. January 29th. Once again, January 29th. That's coming up. By the way, the season finale, April 16th against Utah. And the final regular season home game is April 14th. Lots going on. Blues taking center stage. Cardinals are done. They had their wrap-up press conference yesterday to kick off the new era of Chaim Bloom as director of baseball for the Cardinals. Excitement more so with the Blues moving forward. Yeah, no Mizzou football game this weekend. There's a bye from that standpoint. NFL season or the week kicks off tomorrow night. There are entertainment acts, a lot of music acts all over the area. You can check those out at the Factory, the Pageant, anything else that you guys want to promote, anything happening at your bars, your restaurants. We do it. We promote it. We like it when you guys get involved in the show. Thanks for being with us each and every day as we talk about from that standpoint. Also, if there's a story or something out there that we should be meeting or talking about, let us know. Let us, is there something that you think that news isn't covering, information isn't covering, people we should be talking to? We'll certainly do that. Let us know. It's our opportunity to try to promote St. Louis the best that we possibly can. We try to stay positive. Yes, there's things that are happening throughout the area, things that, we'll stay away from. But if it's absolutely important, of course, we'll do it. We will talk about it, and we'll get that news out there for you. No matter what it is, let's talk about it. You can give us a call, 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. We're here all the time, bringing you what we can. Okay. Interesting story, too, from overnight. I guess we're always talking about, or at least I tell people to keep their head on a swivel. But, okay, last night, literally, you had a situation where 4 people were injured at a Central West End McDonald's. A car came flying through the McDonald's. Have you ever sat at a restaurant close to a highway and wondered or thought about that? I have. Maybe that's my crazy PTSD mind. But I've been hit a few times in cars. And when I'm driving, like if I'm ever stopped, I don't know if this is happening, but if you're ever stopped on the highway, let's say you're trying to you're in a lane that's backed up and you're trying to get on an overpass and cars are zooming past you, literally I get very uneasy because that's what happened to me. And I'm always looking over my head. It's like, is somebody going to hit me? Am I going to get hit from the side? Those are real things that people deal with. So a car goes through McDonald's and I'm like, oh, thankfully nobody was seriously injured. But are you kidding me? Have you ever seen anything like that? Or have you ever been in a place that got hit like that?
No, only in movies and shows. Cause I just never thought anything can happen, of course, but man, just right through a McDonald's.
Yeah, well, the 4 people were injured in the car crash. That was the thing. So 4 people were injured. They were taken to the hospital, literally in the Central West End neighborhood. It happened on Lindell, 4,000 block Lindell Boulevard. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's
of course you do.
Yeah, it's super close. Right by SLU, right?
Yeah, three teens were inside the McDonald's and the driver behind the wheel transported to the hospital with injuries. None life-threatening, but it's like, okay, there we go. Literally, the car went through the side, literally, I don't even know how it happens, through the side of the wall where there was brick. I don't even know how that happens. Yeah, but they're trying to take care of that situation right now. All kinds of things that can happen. I saw that one come down this morning as well. Once again, if you didn't see too, Ali Marmal will be back as manager of the Cardinals. Some people get excited about that. Some people don't. Hey, it is what it is. He's your manager. Cardinals are going to try to make some changes. It may take some time. It may not happen in 1 year. The baseball playoffs are going on at the same time. 3 other teams from the Cardinals division are in the playoffs and not the Cardinals. Not what we want to hear, not what we want to see, but it is a reality. And that's what we have to kind of get used to when it comes to some of these things in St. Louis. Let's hope the Blues can be better. We'll hope that Mizzou can give us some excitement this year. If you're an Illinois fan, maybe Illinois can continue to get some things going on. Lindenwood's our only local Division I team. Not quite there if you're from Lindenwood, you love it, but they're not quite there. Get a lot of people's attention when it comes to football. It's a great place to watch a game. I think they're doing a terrific job with their program since becoming Division I. But they're quite not there, not yet. They got destroyed by Miami, Ohio last week, 38-0. Miami's a really good program too. One of the best non-P4 programs. And the kids that go to Miami, Ohio, we talk about transfer portal. Every year those kids are going to other schools. They are. So, we're just moving right along. Weather's good. What's happening throughout St. Louis? Where are the festivals? Where are people going? I always like to bring it up where it's one of those times where it's time to be outside. Where's a good place? Where do you like to go when it comes to being outside? Patios and so forth. Are there really I always thought there'd be a whole lot more places throughout the St. Louis area. Now, COVID they started making some more patios and things like that. But are you into patios? Do you like to get out there and do that? The weather's terrific to do so. Probably should be a good time to enjoy it. But we love it when you guys promote it. Let us know. We like to do that as well. We're here every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. The time goes by fast. We love it when you guys jump in. If you have guests that you want us to interview, we would love to do that as well. Just let us know. Once again, you can check out everything that's happening with the program at luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. The phone number to jump in on the show, is 855-282-8255. Once again, that is 855-282-8255. You've got nonstop service, another story, Lambert, positive news to London now. If you're looking for flights to London, talking about 4 nonstop flights throughout the week. Might be good. Lambert's lost a lot of flights locally, but they've got one that goes to Germany. Now they have one that goes to London. Once again, a nonstop flight, which people like to see. Also, the U.S. government is shut down right now. That can affect federal workers, or it will affect federal workers all over the country, including those people throughout the St. Louis area as well. So if you're somebody who's affected, we'd love to hear your stories as well. How does it change things for you in your everyday life? Not always the best thing ever. Mizzou had a guy that transferred as well, Caleb Flagg. That's what brought us into that story, by the way, when we came back from break. It just shows you where Mizzou is. The kid played last year, played very well. Hasn't gotten in the field that much this year, so he's transferring. That's what can happen to these guys who are, 18, 19, up to 22, 23 years old. All of these things can happen. So glad that you guys jump in and talk to us about that. Also, where are we at with that? Okay, I was looking at another story that had come down. Yeah. Okay. I got it now. I was checking out some of these stories that just came down. I don't know what it is, but we had another driver in the St. Louis area, St. Louis County area, crashing into homes. We've literally had 3 or 4 drivers crash into homes just this week from roads and highways. I don't even know how it's possible. But it is happening. And I'm not going to get into this story either that just came down, but Unfortunately, there was a body found inside Park Lake in Ferguson. That happened this morning. You'll see headlines if you want to read more about that. You can certainly check that out as well. And I wanted to give a shout out to a couple of good positive stories here. We'd like to try to end these shows and get the positive out there. One is Evolution Fest. They had a super successful weekend. Weather couldn't have been better. Activity was great. No issues, no problems. Acts were all good. Even TLC went out downtown Sunday night after performing and was singing Waterfalls at a local place. People are like, wait a second, TLC's here? Love that. But what they did on Monday, or was it yesterday? They presented the $100,000 check to the United Way to help tornado victims, as they said that they would. So if we can get organizations doing a lot of what Evolution Fest did, put on a great show, then give back $100K to local residents who need it, that's what it's about. That's what it's about, giving and having gratitude. So congrats to Evolution Fest for doing that. Also, yesterday, the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department SWAT team were scaling the buildings over at Children's Hospital. So if you saw anything that looked suspicious up there, they do this. They go outside, they scale the buildings in the windows so that the kids can see them. I just love it. Just thought it was a really, really cool deal where you try to give the kids a good laugh, give them something that makes sense, so that they can feel good about what's happening from that standpoint. Those are moments nobody wants to be stuck in a ceiling like that, or be stuck with that situation as well. Also, another real fun story, just positive from that standpoint, is if you were one of those tornado victims and you didn't have insurance, or you were underinsured, which we're finding out, and dealing with the insurance companies, by the way, for the initial insurance report, and then you go back for something that's called supplemental to try to pay for actual real damage, can take a long time. And there's a lot of people who have been taking care of this and dealing with things. Well, Fox 2 did a story on a woman who was going through a horrible, horrible process. She's still having to live in a hotel thanks to the Urban League right now. But there was a group called 100 Roofs Project, a GoFundMe account. They were able to pay for the woman's roof to get her back in to her house. She got a new roof and chimney repair, which is what you have to have. And I'm telling you, if your roof's messed up, if you have any sort of leaks, water will find it, and they'll cause all kinds of problems. So love the positive story. Love seeing what was happening there. Nice job with 100 Roofs and what they were doing. So if you have a chance, you can check them out. You can promote them as well, and everything that they're trying to do and get done here in the St. Louis area. We are Art City Now, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. If you guys ever want to jump in on the show, let us know. You can do it on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Literally, send us a message. If there's a story that we need to cover, you can also text us. You can text us at 314-590-3770. Once again, that's 314-590-3770. If you want to get involved with advertising with us, you can do it from that standpoint. If you want to give us a story, just let us know. 314-590-3770. We'll do what we can to promote that as well. The shutdown is officially underway right now. Republicans, Democrats arguing over a funding bill. Marks the first shutdown since the 35-day impasse during President Trump's first term. So what does it mean? What's going to happen? Well, federal workers aren't going to be paid. It's not a great thing. You don't want that to be happening. There's also the other news that's happening right now. Yeah, well, I was looking for those updates right here. Okay. Yeah, and I had to give a shout out. Jefferson County Sheriff's dog. I love dogs, and we talk about it, and we promote these dogs that do such great work. Trained, it had Morrow. It was a canine Morrow, a 12-year-old Dutch Shepherd. Was trained to detect narcotics. It was assisted in apprehensions, search, and rescue performances. Well, unfortunately, the Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy said that the dog has now passed away, unfortunately. So, passed away after a 12-year career. So, our shout out to Morrow and these awesome police dogs that do such great work. Hey, Hot Take Central 2.0 is coming up following Cam Jansen, former Cat Hayes, Cardinal broadcaster. They'll be talking about the Blues, getting more into that. They had a they had a preseason game last night against the Stars. They'll break it down for you if you want to check that out a little bit more. Of course, we told you about their schedule. You can check that out. You can check out the new gear. The new sweaters look amazing. We were showing you Sophie Cunningham, WNBA fame, wearing that new sweater, and it looks good. Looks damn good for that certain. They'll talk about that. They'll also be talking about the new situation with Hein Bloom, director of operations of the Cardinals, baseball operations, and of course, Ali Marmol coming back, plus a whole lot more. They have interviews from that standpoint. And of course, we continue to bring that information to you. And by the way, once again, I just want to remind you all, check out or get your tickets in advance for Soul on Fire, the new movie about St. Louis and John O'Leary overcoming 90% of his body or 100% of his body being burned in a tragic fire as a 9-year-old and how he overcame it. He is an inspirational speaker and an inspiration himself. The movie's terrific. William H. Macy playing Jack Buck in the movie. Jack Buck had a huge role in how this kid, John, as a kid, overcame everything that he had to overcome to be a massive success in his life. So you can check that out. Look it up. October 10th, once again, Soul on Fire. October 10th is when you can get that movie if that comes out. Did we leave anything else out there, Producer Rye? I can't remember. Is that everything that I sent? We talked about. I'm trying to remember. We cover a lot. We jump around a lot.
Pretty sure that's a lot. Did you bring up Sophie Cunningham again? But
that's a joke. Sure. Yeah, I think I brought up Sophie again.
All right.
No doubt. I think she's one of my favorite athletes right now because she's not afraid to call things how they are. That's for sure. Guys, thanks for joining us today for the show. Thanks for getting involved. We appreciate it. We'll leave you with that. This is Arch City Now for producer Ryan. I'm Vic Faust. Guys, have a great Wednesday. Enjoy it. As I always say, stay positive. Go make a day out of it. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.